everyone! You found Jacob. That's me. So, yeah, here we are. Just gonna talk about some line work. You know, sketching and line work in Photoshop. That's what I'm doing. You can see here I'm working on a Neverland piece. I've already laid out the initial sketch that I'm still working on just a little bit, cleaning up, getting those shapes blocked in before I go to my final line work. I'll just rough in the idea and then continually erase and redraw back over. The magic of Photoshop, I can go in there and shrink something, enlarge it, select it, and move it around if I need to. Yeah, so that is what I'm doing. Brushes, if you want to know what brushes I'm using, I use Cintiq. If you Google Cintiq brushes on the Google, you can find them. They're fantastic. It's like this little spongy brush that paints beautifully and sketches beautifully, and I use it for just about absolutely everything I do. That and one other brush. Kyle T. Webster, who works for Adobe now, but had his own set of brushes before he did brushes exclusively for Adobe. Kyle T. Webster's Mega Pack, and inside the Mega Pack is one of my favorites. It's the Gouache A Go-Go, and that one's fantastic. So between the Cintiq and the Kyle Webster Mega Pack set, that's pretty much all I use for everything I do. Not going to get too much into painting today. Obviously, this is just line work, and this is super, super fast line work. No, I do not draw this fast. I think this is sped up about, actually I don't know how fast it's sped up, but I can tell you that it was 3 hours worth of sketching and breaks that I sped up, took a couple chunks out, the breaks out, and sped it up to about 9 minutes I think we're at right now. So gives you a little idea of how much I sped it up. I just let it run while I was, let the screen capture run while I was sketching and work. So yeah, continually blocking in all the line work. I'm also still exploring. I'm going to take this time to. I'm not going to be married to what I've already put down on the paper. Just use those more as guidelines. I did a lot of referencing to the original Peter Pan maps from the Disney children's books from the 1950s. The ones that came out, I think they're golden books, I'm not sure. I don't know. I just found the map online. Google's great for everything. Google and Pinterest, man, they're my best friends. I love those guys. So, see where it's sitting here? That's me going on a break. And back to it! Get those cliffs in. Hangman's Tree. That's where Peter Pan lives. I think I redrew that a few times. Trying to get those shapes comfortable. You can see on the right side, I've only got 3 layers visible right now. One of them I just turned off, so I do most of the line work on one layer. I think by the end, I probably ended up working with 7 or 8 line layers, just because there's stuff I knew that I would want to move around and reshape and resize. The boat, I know, is on its own layer. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. I really kept this loose and really whimsical. I honestly don't intend to keep the line. I think by the time I'm done with it, I will completely eliminate the line and really rely on the shapes and forms when I'm painting it in. That and my line work isn't super strong, so, you know, play to your strengths. Again, that's on a different layer, so I was glad to be able to move that around. So it was that, so I could shrink that down. And then I didn't want the tree pulling too much focus, so that's just why I shrunk it down. You gotta make sure everything's balanced. This was fun. This is my favorite part of the map. Gotta get it just right. We'll make sure that looks more like rock when painting. So like I said, this will just be the line work, and I'll put another video out when I color it in. Although as I'm recording this, I have already dropped in a little bit of color. So maybe I'll start from another point tomorrow. You know. Blah 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 blah. Not super confident in my character design skills, but do love drawing cartoons. So I think I'm pretty happy with that crocodile, though. Crisscross palm trees. Doop 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 doop. This jazz is playing in my hair right now too. Kind of works with the speed, though. Yeah, like I was saying before, was saying before, this is, you know, I'm keeping this really loose. I'm keeping it really whimsical. I'm not worried about size and proportion. I just want to make sure everything feels balanced. The shapes are really interesting. I just want it to be fun to look at. I'm gonna go back in later on and fill in a bunch of bushes and flowers. Not so worried about that at this point. Let's draw some mermaids, shall we? Oh, hello there. This is my hand. Do you like my hand? No, not so much. Bye, hand. No, I don't like you at all, so bye-bye. I knew I wanted 3 mermaids. I didn't know how I wanted the position, so I played around for a few minutes and tried to figure out the best way. That was them on the wrong layer, so I had to erase them and start over. If I'm going to have something overlapping, like the mermaids on the rocks, I'll make sure to put it on a separate layer just so if I mess up or if I change my mind, that they can be eliminated without the background being eliminated. I do try and keep the number of layers down initially, but it doesn't always work out that way. When I add color, it's too many layers. Way too many layers. It does make editing easier, but it's a pain in the butt to keep organized. Because it's that thing where if you put them in folders, like if I was going to just group just the mermaids and I was going to put it in folders, and I go to select just the line work, it'll select whatever's in the entire folder, not just that layer. So if you put all the layers into one folder, it'll just select that folder, which drives me nuts. When I say folder, I mean group, but you know that. Last mermaid. No, you're gonna sit that way. Monster hands. Sometimes I'll have to turn the canvas to get the lines to do what I want them to do. We're coming to a finish here. Guess I'm just sitting there doing nothing. Break time. Oh, okay. One more layer of line. That's it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me on this 8-minute and 54-second journey. And look out for another video, and I'll get some color going on for you. Bye!